Hello. I'd just like to talk about homelessness in the United Kingdom, especially in London, for when it comes to mental health problems, and in my case, my diagnosis of schizophrenia. I myself was homeless for a while, and I'll discuss some of the issues in this. I'll just read it now. Homelessness in London is not just happening to people who have allegedly never tried to contribute to the UK economy. It is also something that can happen to the vulnerable. After my diagnosis of schizophrenia in the early new millennium, I was worried about relapses interrupting my job again, that is, another spell of having to take time off work. So I was unable to enter as such into an expensive rental contract in London, which was the norm at the time and even now. And such contracts would commit you to at least 1 year's rent. If you were to break the contract, you'd potentially end up in debt. So I chose instead to work abroad, and as a result was in Vienna for many years, studying for my doctorate and working as a journalist. However, eventually I had to return to London and have struggled with the accommodation situation ever since. Some years ago I had to spend 11 months in a B&B for the homeless. I should clarify that these so-called B&Bs are actually a type of house share with many families in one large house, living together cheek by jowl. This situation is against any human right, in my view. It would be very difficult to have sexual intercourse, let alone procreate in such a living condition, and children had to put up with living with adults they'd never even met before. There was one kitchen to several families, and my room itself, because I was single at the time, was a tiny single box room in a sweltering attic. These living conditions are horrific, and especially for children. As the families there appeared to be all cramped into one tiny room, just for a whole family. And they were there for at least 3 months before finding a home for themselves. The property stakes in London are currently so high that people seem to try to find any excuse to get you out of where you live, and mental health seems to me to be one such excuse for refusing someone a home, even though they are exceptionally vulnerable as a mental health patient. Thank you.